Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 27 here on Bloomfield with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it is May 1st, and kind of a nice looking day here on Bloomfield. A good day for spraying. As you can see, it doesn't look like there's much wind, and that's a good thing because we need to fertilize all our fields, and I have decided to go with liquid fertilizer. Ben has a sprayer that we can rent. It's going to cost us $5,700. Of course, we're going to need to buy some liquid fertilizer too, but that's why we're here on the farm account, so we can pay him. Now, I did put a base coat of slurry on the field, our grass field I should say here. We did manure on our cornfield, as you may recall, but I had been putting on a little bit too heavy a coat of slurry, and some parts of our field were getting a little over fertilized. So this time I didn't use as much. I put as light a coat on as possible, and now when we use Ben's sprayer and the crop sensors, we'll get this field evened out, and then we can go back to throwing a little heavier coats on there. But speaking of Ben, we might as well go and pay him for the sprayer. So that was 50, oops, one too many there, 5,700. I don't think we need to worry about him charging us anymore. I don't think it's going to take us very long. Our fields aren't that big, so we'll head down to the shop and we'll see what he's got for us. Now our farm account is looking pretty good, but we can't forget that we have nearly a $12,000 payment due to Ben next month. So that'll take a bit of a bite out of that. But it shouldn't be too much of a worry, although there's nothing else going on for us this month other than the fertilizing. But you know, we do have a few products and some eggs to sell hopefully throughout the month, so it'll help shore things up a little bit. But it's going to be a pretty quiet month here on Bloomfield. But everything's looking nice and green here now. All the trees appear to be leafed out, looking pretty good. Thought you guys might as well stick around for the ride. We've got not a lot to do and a lot of time to get it done in, so might as well enjoy another trip down to the shop. If I can stay on my side of the road and don't get involved in a head-on, that'd be kind of handy. We might as well head in the back way here. Alright, well, I'll head in and talk to Ben and get any last minute instructions, and I'll meet you in the equipment bay. See you in just a minute. Well, there's the beastie there. Broom 4200, Berthoud. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I talked to Ben a little bit about it. Apparently a machine of a French origin. Big in Europe, I suppose. But from what I understand, there's a few people dealing with them in the States, and we get some used ones up here in our neck of the woods from time to time. So he picked this one up. He's got it just as a rental unit. I don't think he's considering becoming a distributor or anything like that, but they got a deal on it, I gather, and so he's just renting it out. But you can see it is rigged for precision farming, which is what we want. Now he has another sprayer. He says it's in the back. You know, if we open this door, we might be able to take a peek. This one is a more well-known local brand, New Holland, but this one is set up for weed spraying. Apparently it's got a fancy spot spray system on it. I remember Neil talking about that. He has that on his 3-point sprayer. You can see this one hasn't been cleaned up. It's obviously been used. Now our money has gone down by another $2,400 because we bought some fertilizer for this beast. We need to go to his old shop. He said he had called ahead and they should have it for us by the time we get there, sitting ready for us to load. So we'll head down there. Whoa, that was close. I don't know if he's got a "you scratched it, you bought it" policy or not, but that could have been bad there. I guess we'd have been buying 2 pieces. Boy, this has a nice road speed on it. It whips right along. Now it looks like somebody else has ordered something. It's sitting out here waiting for pickup. Now we'll get this pumped into the machine. Now we'll have no need of that other sprayer he has at all, because we've decided to go with a mechanical weeding rather than the spot spray. At least at this point anyway. Now this won't quite fill the machine up, but hopefully it'll be enough for us. If not, we'll come back and get some more. I'm sure Ben would be happy to sell it to us. All right. Well, we might as well start at the main farm, work our way north. This makes sense, I think. Unless, of course, we run out of fertilizer, then would have been better to start north and work our way south, but we'll take our chances here. We did put a base coat of manure and slurry on a couple of our fields, so hopefully that will reduce the amount of fertilizer we need. Now, I imagine Ben would sell this. I think with him, everything's for sale if you've got enough money. He seems to have a lot of international connections. I hope he doesn't have too many connections in Sicily. We don't need any Sicilians with baseball bats showing up talking about loan repayments and that sort of thing. We can do without that kind of stress. We'll go in the back way here, not to bother the renters. Probably don't need the beacons anymore. Now we're going to have to jump out of cab here for this. Now, as you may recall, I did record how much manure it took and at what rate we put it on. and we'll keep adjusting that till we find the sweet spot. It's more about the how much manure we have to apply, or manure and or slurry. Oh, look at that, fancy. Ben didn't mention anything about the wheel sliding out when you unfolded it. Oh, look at that. It's gonna take this whole end of the field in one swipe. Oh yeah, you can see from our monitor there, we can put it on a lot heavier if we've got it available. I guess we better turn our crop sensors on. There we go. Well, we could easily put on 100 kgs, no problem at all, if we've got the manure to do it. Probably even 150, we'd be safe. Now it really doesn't matter if we put a little on all fields or we put it heavy on just one. It'll work out to the same difference as far as savings go in fertilizer. Well, I think, if I seem to recall, I think that the max rate at which you can put manure and slurry down is at 40 kgs. So that may be all that we can do. Can't remember if that's a FS19 thing or if it's FS22 as well. I guess we'll find out next year. Like I like to say, a problem for another day. When we get done this field, we better stop in too and have a look at our pigs. I know there was some point where we wanted to sell some off. I just can't remember how far in the future that was, so we'll stop and give it a check here when we get done, while we're in the neighborhood. Just not quite wide enough to get it done in 2 passes. Now we could have reduced the spray area, but as you can see along that edge, actually hindsight being 2020, we should start on this edge next time, and then we could, we could reduce that spray area, but we can't now because we can't run any further over without hitting trees and that sort of thing. Alright, let's just shut this down here, shall we? And let's run over and have a look. Because I know we were, if I seem to recall, we were waiting for new bursts. I just can't remember when we were expecting them to happen. Had a big lunch. Need to get my exercise. He has a big breakfast this morning, isn't it? Lunch and just after lunch in real life. We're at 150. Definitely we've had new bursts. So let's go in here and have a look-see. So probably these 15 we can sell off. Alright, so we'll do something about that later sell those 15 for sure. We were going to get it down to 100. There was another one group that had just given birth, or maybe we'll sell some of the young ones. I'll take a closer look off camera, make a decision. But those 15 most mature ones for sure we'll sell on. You know what? I think I saw an animal trailer down at Ben's. When we take the sprayer back, we'll have to take a look. Yeah, that was in the used section, that is. It might be, depending on how much he wants for it, might be worthwhile us picking that up. Because we are going to need to be moving animals around from time to time. And if we can save the transportation fees, that'll help us out. Ooh, I think we might run out of fertilizer. Or yep, booms are strong. I was just wondering if that was the case. I thought I'd test it. But you can crack them against a power pole and still in great shape. Get out of here, crows. Don't need to be eating my crop. I think one more barrel or batch of barrels will do it. We just got that little piece there. Our other field's smaller and our grass doesn't take as much. Oh, one little strip. Well, now we can change the spray width here. Oops, one too many. There we go. We can go with just the smallest one, I would think. Oh, look at that, I missed one little spot there. Now, I don't think should make any difference because it shouldn't apply any extra fertilizer to the areas we already fertilized. So whether we left it to full spray width or not, my thinking is it shouldn't have made any difference. I will turn it back to full. Oh no, we don't need to fold up just yet. Getting a little ahead of myself. Oh, you know what? Should have stuck with my original idea. We need to go get more fertilizer. So I do need to fold up. Get our beacons on. Well, I'll head down to the shop. I won't put you through that again. And I'll get I think one more should do it because we just have this little canola patch in our grass field. And I will catch up with you back here to do our canola. So see you in just a bit. Here we go, about to take our last run down this field. I messed up on the other side, but it's very obvious it had already been fertilized, so you get to see one run only. There always has to be something. There. I do wish I had thought of it in time to take and swap the barley field and the canola field around. But we'll do that next year for sure, I think. But we need to look at, expanding our arable operation. We have taken a different approach than TFS. I mean, he only had like what, 30 pigs kind of in that area, and just kept a few crops back and sold them off, where we took and converted all our crops into pig food, sold some pig food off, and increased our pig herd, hoping our strategy works. Of course, that comes from Neil. You know, it wasn't really our idea. It was Neil who suggested we do that, and he's an experienced farmer as well, so. Now, I did only buy one more barrel of fertilizer. Not so much because of the cost, it's just whatever's left we have to store, so no sense storing any more than we have to. And we certainly are going to have enough, because I can't imagine our grass is going to take very much here now. Oh, missed that corner just a little bit. Now we can run into the neighbor's field. I don't feel too bad about that because we got narrows on. Shouldn't damage his crop at all. I was kind of watching to see if we see the area flash up where it already had, oops, I thought I had turned you on. Guess not. Now I thought there was a little spot back here I missed. Yeah, right there. I was kind of looking to see if that area would show up where it was over fertilized, but looks like I might be doing more of an kind of an average across the boom, I suppose, because I didn't really see it show up. Oh, darn power poles. Bit of a nuisance. They are. Maybe that's one of the areas that's got enough. Just not putting any on that strip. Oh, and there, I don't know if you saw that, it flashed up that it was over fertilized there. All right, well, we got that done. And as I suspected, this outfit made pretty short work of that. We'll just come up here someplace, kind of unload it out of the way, and I'll put that fertilizer in the shop so it doesn't freeze. Perfect. All right, well, I'll get this back down to Ben's, and I'll meet you down there, and we'll take a look at that animal trailer, and we'll decide what we're going to do there. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, there we go. Sprayer's all tucked away back in the shop. You'll notice it's nice and clean. We gave it a wash, unlike whoever rented that last time who returned it dirty. I'm sure Ben will appreciate that. I did talk to Ben about that trailer, and we did purchase it. You can see our money's gone down. It cost us just over $11,000. Some more goings on here at the shop. The Massey on its way out. This fancy looking Fendt on its way in. Do see a few Fendts around, but I don't think I've ever seen a 2-track around in our neck of the woods. Although we do see some John Deere 2-tracks around, but yeah. Looks like a beefy machine. Ben says nearly 600 horsepower in that. But we will get going here. Enough lollygagging around here. We'll get hooked onto what is now our animal trailer. And I did take a look at our pigs, and I've decided that we will sell off just the 15 most mature ones, the most valuable ones. I looked at what we had for pig food, and I think we'll be fine till fall with just getting rid of the 15. And in a 2 or 3 months, we'll have 10 in our pen back at the home place that we can sell off. So if we can wait until they're worth more money, it's obviously a better benefit to us. So we'll let that other 15 have another set of bursts, and then we'll let them go. I can't remember if I mentioned just a moment ago or not, but our pens are each of them are half full almost exactly right now. So we definitely have room for more animals. It's just a matter of we got the feed for them, and I'm pretty sure we do. We had to borrow, or well, not technically borrow, we took a little feed from the farm and threw it in the pen at home, and we're not quite keeping up with the scraps, but we're falling behind very slowly, and I think we have more than enough in the pen currently to last them till fall without having to add any more. It'll get to the place where we should be routinely selling pigs just about every month, I would think. Once the pen gets filled up, that is. Oh shoot! Missed the corner there. Now we got to go through the main yard here. Oh well, and the renters did say it didn't bother them, so we'll put that to the test. Of course, the more pigs we have, the more manure and slurry we're going to get, and that's better for us on the arable side too. We'll have to spend less on fertilizer. So there are a few benefits to us keeping as many pigs as we can. Okay, so it's these guys right here. Oh, is that all we can haul in the trailer? I never even looked. Well, a couple trips it is. That's all right. We know the way. Now, I know it's been a little while since we were here on Bloomfield, but that's because I was concentrating on Silver Run and getting that series finished up. It is now done. I've got it all recorded. It hasn't all been released. So now going forward, hopefully it'll be one episode of Bloomfield and one episode of Stone Valley, with the odd Valley Spring thrown in. I'm actually at the point where I can record another episode on Valley Springs, so there should be one of those coming out in the not too distant future, I would hope. Back up to their gate here. They can get them rounded up. Oops, wrong spot. Is that not the right? Oh, that might be the sell point, actually. Oops. Yeah. Wrong spot there, Farmer Murphy. Wrong spot. That's the animal sell point for bales and silage and such. There we go. This will probably work a little better. All right. Show me the money. $11,000. Basically paid for our trailer. Now we got to get out of here. Oh, don't want to scratch the paint. There we go. Oh, I'm really good at cutting those guys off, aren't I? Yeah, gotcha. Check. Well, we didn't come out too far ahead after buying the trailer, but hey, we still came out ahead, and ahead is ahead. Like I said, it'll be, what, 10 to sell in probably about 3 months, I'm thinking. Grab our last two here. Oh, mustn't be quite close enough. Come on. Oh, now why is it not picking that up? There we go. Where are you? Right here. There'll be two of them. Move those to the trailer. Oops. And one more time. So if we kind of make that our target, you know, kind of around the $900 to $1,000 mark, I think that'll be a good place. And that's the pigs at home they're right at $900 right now. So that still puts us down a little bit on funds for the day, but certainly nowhere near being in any kind of trouble or anything financially. There we go. So, I think I will leave you there. Been a pretty productive episode. Got all our fertilizing done, sold off some pigs. Now, like I said, there isn't a whole lot more to do here in May, so it may be June when you see me next, but you just never know what can happen here on Bloomfield, so stay tuned. But anyways, for this episode, we'll call it a wrap. So if you're still watching, I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget about that old notification bell if you want to know when other content like this lands. But for this episode, here on Bloomfield, Farmer Murphy signing off.